Hello, this is Samira, or Mira Down Under. This is my YouTube channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel, everybody. So, this is actually my second time being properly on camera, and I'm still not getting used to it. So, the reason why I'm filming this today is to tell you about my overall plans, my study plans, my career plans, and then I'm going to tell you about the 2026 TAFE SA mandatory maths test and the orientation that I just went to. So, let's get on. Let's get on it. Yeah. Don't know what the expression is, but whatever. All right, so I'm going to be attending TAFE SA, and I'll be studying the Diploma of Nursing for 2 years, and then I'll transfer to Adelaide Uni and study Bachelor's of Nursing for another 2 years. While doing TAFE SA, I think I can actually obtain the qualifications to work as an AIN, which is the abbreviation for the term of assistant in nursing. And if I'm lucky, I'll probably work as an AIN while attending TAFE SA. And then after TAFE SA, I have the qualifications to work as an EN, which is an abbreviation for the term enrolled nurse. And then after that, maybe, I don't know, who knows what's going to happen. But if I transfer to Adelaide Uni, after another 2 years, I'll be qualified to be an RN, which is an abbreviation for the term for registered nurse. So that is my overall plan. I'm an international student. I'm from South Korea, and I had to take a English test, prove myself worthy. So I had to take an English test. There was like 2 options for the English test. There was PTE and IELTS. I think it's kind of IELTS is kind of famous, but PTE I'm not sure. So PTE is short for Pearson's Test of English, and the main difference is that PTE is marked by computer, especially in the speaking area, and IELTS there's like a person that you're talking to. For me, I think PTE was easier. I used some templates. I don't think you're supposed to use some templates anymore, but you still can use it. You still can use it. Just that you can't use like the typical ones, like simple sentences, like stuff like that. And as a nursing student, I have to study anatomy. And at first, I was like, what am I going to do with anatomy? Like, what the hell am I going to start studying with? I have no study material. I have no professors. I have no teachers or anyone to guide me. So I was like, what should I do first? And for me, the easiest way to get a hang of these anatomical terms was by doing quiz questions. So yeah, I downloaded several apps from the App Store. You just search up anatomy, and then they give you like hundreds of apps. So I just downloaded them all, and then I just figured out what was which, and like what was the good one for me. So it might be different for everybody. So yeah, and then I did that, and I just searched on YouTube. I just searched anatomical terminology. You get like YouTube channels like JJ Medicine and like other medicine channels, and those are very useful. So I use that. And I see a lot of people buying the Grey Anatomy book, but for me, it wasn't really effective because it's a textbook. Grey Anatomy is a textbook they use for medical school. And frankly, you need a lecturer or someone to guide you through those descriptions and everything. Those terms and how they're named, you can't really understand them by themselves by just reading Grey Anatomy, so I don't really recommend that for beginners. And yeah, and so now I just came back from my second day of orientation from TAFE SA 2026. So the first day was for the international students that do nursing. And then we had to take a mandatory maths test, which was like 2 hours, but all of us just finished in an hour. So that was that. So the maths test, they ask you questions about, basic numeracy. There's like 4 types of meat. There's like they give you the net weight, they give you the price per kilo. For 2 meats, for 2 types of meats, they give you the price per kilo, and then the net weight, and then they don't give you the total price, and you have to get the total price with your calculations. And the other 2 types of meat, they give you the total price, but not the price per kilo. So yeah, it's like 2 types of meat, but like with 2 types of questions. So you have to go through all that. And so there were 3 sections in total. And then they were asking what meat is closer to like 1/3 kilogram, and then what is bigger than 3/4. They were asking basic numeracy, so there was nothing really to worry about. But I freaked out, so a week before, I started to practice using ChatGPT and the email that the school gave me. So based on that, I just made up questions, and then I practiced them. And yeah, the test was the test was in 3 sections. So they were asking you the price of meat, which meat is heavier, which meat is lighter, which meat is closer to, I don't know, like 0.5. And then someone's trying to make like 15 hamburgers with like hamburger mince, and then one hamburger patty is 100 grams. So what will the total price be? And then things like that. It's just like normal life, just regular life calculations that you need to do when you're in the supermarket or something like that. So it wasn't really tough. And then the second section was calculating the discount prices for shirts, shoes, and like socks, I think. Yeah, and those are just easy. Just like, calculate the discounted price, calculate the amount that you saved, calculate. So if you were to give $200 for that, how much change would you receive? And things like that. And then the third section was your hourly rate and your work related questions. So it was like you get $27.5 per hour. You work from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Your superannuation is like 10% of your total pay. Your GST, like there's like, I don't know, GST was related to the second section. Sorry. So yeah, and like they tell you like, oh, so you worked overtime. If you work overtime, you get like one and a half like times 1.5 of your hourly rate, and then they give like a timetable of Monday to Friday and like how many hours you've worked. So you need to calculate how many regular hours you've worked and like how many overtime hours you've worked, and then based on that, you need to calculate the pay you get from the regular hours and the overtime hours. So, and then you need to get the total pay. And you get like the superannuation and then the income tax questions. And all of that, and after all of that, it's just done. So, overall, I didn't think it was tough. It was pretty easy. Just make sure you don't really do any mistakes. I haven't got my results yet, but we'll have to see if I fail, because I might. Who knows? Like, I might say this very confidently, but I might end up having to pay 220 Australian dollars to retake the class and then do the assessment again. So I really hope that doesn't happen, but who knows? It might, because I don't really trust myself. No, I don't trust myself. I don't trust my brain. I don't trust my eyes. But yeah, okay. And then after the maths test, we had to move to another section of the building, and then we did like registration. We added our classes, and then we had to like type in something called CRNs, and then and then I finished early, and then I came home. And today, so the day after the maths test, so today this was like an orientation for all international students. So the day before was an orientation for international students that attend nursing, but today and tomorrow it's for international students at TAFE SA 2026. So all of the international students. And today it was just like about, so we had morning tea, we registered, we took attendance, and then they came, and then we went to the lecture theatre, and then we went in, we sat down. We then, the faculty members introduced themselves, and then like telling us who does who, and if you have any questions, like which person do you need to go to, and things like that. Explained our visa conditions as well. And then all of that, just like information after information. We just had lunch. We kind of interacted with other people, other international students from that are studying different subjects. I think I met like 2 more Korean students that are studying a different subject. And yeah, in nursing, there's 2 Koreans, including me. And then I think in civil engineering, there's like 2, and I don't know like the other Korean student who does what. I don't know what he does. But yeah, so yeah, and then we had lunch. We went back in, and then they proceeded to tell us about what to do and what not to do in Adelaide, Australia. They gave the police came in. They explained all the laws and like what to do and what not to do again. And then there was like a lifesaver that came in, explained the same thing. When to go to the beach and when not to go to the beach, and what to do at the beach and what not to do at the beach. So just information after information. And tomorrow we're going to have like a bus tour around Adelaide. We're going to Glenelg and everything. And then tomorrow, I think there are going to be like study Adelaide, ambassadors coming in and explaining how everything's going to work. But at the moment, I don't have a class schedule. So next week is going to be there's going to be another orientation for both local students and international students for nursing. So yeah, so if I attend that, I'll probably know from when to when my classes are going to start. I'll know when my class commence and finish. I'll know when I take breaks, like the holidays. And yeah. So until then, I'm completely in the dark. Oh, Jesus. So until then, as I said, I'm completely in the dark. I actually don't know, because I don't have a schedule yet. I don't really know how to plan all my workouts, my work, and my social life. And everything is just kind of in a mess at the moment. So I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. I'm trying to So what I'm doing right now is just making a schedule during the day, because I have no idea what's going to happen. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen and when whatever's going to happen. So yeah, it's kind of stressful at the moment, but we do what we need to do, and we have to adapt to whatever. Yeah. So I'll be starting TAFE from next week, and then I have no idea how it's going to go, we'll have to see during the orientation on the 27th. And until then, I will be just studying, going to the gym, sleeping. Hello again. So I'm back from the orientation, the international students orientation, and we started off the day with a short introduction from one of the graduates from TAFE. Then we had a bus tour going to the Windy Point and to Glenelg. We went to the beach and then we had a look around, and then we talked with other international students during that time. Then we came back to the TAFE venue. Then we had the Study Adelaide ambassadors come in and talk about the general things about studying in Adelaide. And we had TAFE SA ambassadors come in as well. And all of them were talking about the living costs, how to study, the difference between Australia and the other countries in the terms of studying ways and stuff like that. The weekly cost of living, weekly rent, and they were talking about other useful information that other international students can use. And so two of the two of the Study Adelaide ambassadors were doing nursing like me, so it was very helpful. After their presentation was finished, me and my other Korean colleague went up to them, and then we asked like a lot of questions during lunch break, and we actually did get a lot of useful information from them. Yeah, I learned that I need to get all my vaccinations done before I get my clinical placement. So before I need to do all the documents for the clinical placement, I need to do all the vaccines. So my clinical placement doesn't take long to be sorted out. So I got my COVID vaccine done, and I got my confirmation of vaccination letter, and then yes, and then I am pretty sure I figured everything out by this stage. And since I'm Korean, I'm not. I don't have a vaccination record in Australia, so I had to go to the government website based in Korea, and then had to search up my vaccination history, my immunization records, and then I matched that with the required vaccination that TAFE requires, and then I had to mark that down, and then I had to record. I had to record all of the dates and the times, how many times I've got the vaccination. So yes, they require us to do like MMP vaccines or like chicken pox, etc. And yeah, I think I spent quite a good time on figuring those things out. And yeah, and then I actually, during the orientation, I actually got to know more international students from all over the place. I met, I met someone from the UK, from Scotland, from South Africa, from Korea. Also, I met another Korean student, which is there's like six in total, which is crazy work, honestly. I never thought I'd meet another Korean. I never thought I'd meet other Koreans in this city, but well, yeah. And then it was a very fun thing. But after the bus tour, I was really drowned. I didn't really have any energy to do anything else. And yeah, we after that we had morning tea, and then we had another short lecture introduction by the Study Adelaide ambassadors and TAFE ambassadors, and then we had someone else come in to explain something, but I was already dead by that point, and I did not really listen. To be frank, I couldn't listen. I was already half asleep. And then we had lunch, and then someone else came in, and I do not remember. I don't remember anything. And yeah, that's how the orientation ended. And I got another email saying that there will be another orientation from the 27th to the 29th. So there will be another 3 days of orientation, but this time it's just for nursing. So there's four international students in nursing, and besides the international students, we also have local students coming in and listening to the lectures. So all of them combined, we're having another orientation for all of them, like for all of us. So another 3 days of orientation. We'll have to see how that goes too. Like, oh my gosh. I think, yeah, I did get the class schedule, but I'm still not sure because there was two classes in one period. So I'm not sure how they are going to work it out. I don't know. I don't really know how things work. I couldn't really understand how things work in TAFE, but I think they'll figure it out for me. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure what to do, but I think it'll be all right. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to meet the local students. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. And other than that, honestly, nothing else. I think nothing else. So we had to. Oh yes, 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 yes. So the so when we were consulting our nursing students that are also study Adelaide ambassadors, they told me that the classes will be like they told me that there would be 3 to 4 days of class usually in a week, sometimes 5 days, and she said that we had to get 100% in all assignments, and we do get second attempts, but that second attempt is the last attempt, so we'd have to be really careful in what we study and how we study. And then referencing is really important, and we really do need to keep an eye out for how we do the referencing. And I still am not quite sure how they want us to, like how they want us to do it, but I think they'll give a lecture on it after the orientation for all nursing students. And then the vaccination, I took the COVID-19 vaccine. I was in a very awkward time during, I was in a very awkward period when I had to get the vaccine. So it was kind of, I was in between a lot of things. So I didn't really have time to take it. And now I took it. And then she also told me that the English test needs to be redone for the placement. Yeah, so I need to check when my PTE test uh, ends, like the PTE certification ends. I need to know when the PTE certification ends. And also they said that I can do some aged care related job seeking. But since I do nursing, I can't really do anything that requires any qualifications right now because I don't have any qualifications. So I told them that, and then they told me that I can do like cleaning, janitor, or something related to that thing, like that something that don't really require a certification or a professional background, but at the medical venue that you want to work at. So when you actually get that qualification, then you can tell the manager that I am qualified to do something like this, and then I would love to work here as like a medical professional, and then there would be a lot higher chances that you would actually get that job. So yeah, I did actually get a lot of information from them. It was very useful. It was very useful. I did really get a lot of information from them. But we still have the 27th. We still have the remaining 3 days of orientation to go through, and I think I'll get a lot of information from those days. Yes, the previous 3 days of orientation were just mainly basic common knowledge that you need to live in Australia, which I already know, and it was fun to meet. It was fun meeting new people, but it kind of felt like a waste of time for me. If you have any questions, if you have any stories that you want to tell me, or if you want to say anything to me, please leave a comment because I read all of them. But please, if you are seeing this, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys again.